You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
This is pissing me off. We need real conversations about this. Let's react to this 9 to 5 workers with streamers debate. Alright. Let's react. Nah, I'm about to get toxic. Hold on.
How you gonna disrespect your mom like that, dude? Right.
Honestly, though, W clip farm by FaZe Clan. I ain't gonna lie.
It's so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job is dangerous.
You would have to actually have to go to work.
And went to school, and still
And paid rent.
Who the fuck? Who is that nigga? Who this nigga with the brown hair? This nigga not FaZe, bro. That nigga got, bro. They out here with affiliates. Affiliates. Oh, well, it do say streamer debate though. It don't say FaZe Clan specifically. That shit definitely do say streamer debate.
And
yes, I still work.
that's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
Credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
That's my dog. I'm dead serious. Who these niggas? Some of these niggas. This nigga is not FaZe Clan.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Oh, that nigga, he hit him with the
Okay. All right. So my argument here is that
Hold up, let's change the shit. Let's change the shit. See, this hard. My animations is hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's how you know I'm up in my stream quality. Round 1, Lacey has Konto. I don't give a fuck about Lacey. No offense. This nigga is a W rage baiter, bro. Not gonna get me, bro.
streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Again, that was tough.
Nah, it's not facts.
Streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the
Let me hold them.
motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't.
Yo, but I really do got something to promote to y'all. Fuck it. While we're here, look what I just text you. I will check it. If you have not, and I'm dead serious, I will hunt some of you niggas down if you have not. Join the Twitter community. Nah, W promo. Join my Twitter community. If you have not, join my Twitter community. I'm inside that motherfucker. W Matt. We deep inside that motherfucker. Whoa, slow down. Don't break the walls now, Matt. We know you got a reputation.
You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes.
He just said you flip some patties. Hey, yo, that was crazy.
Answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands. We make every thought.
You ain't give me $10 to fuck? Yeah, hit up my manager.
You guys got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to
I
go
wish.
sign a few envelops and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
we
you
have
got
to
it gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the
the
next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day.
God, I have to
This is dead ass clip farm, but shit.
stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on
Nah, this nigga's clip farming.
24/7.
You got
high energy
I wish I
24/7.
could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I gotta slave
Doing
just for
parties.
not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as
Yeah,
that.
but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have to
Yo, what are we talking about?
keep people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is bullshit. We don't like this video. We have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
I hate niggas like this, bro.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out.
Why you
My
being
nigga, I don't
stingy?
give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
Fortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
Tic-tac-toe on your forehead? Yo, can we get serious?
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up
Like you
practically
did to
every
that
day,
girl? All right,
get
bro.
dressed,
We definitely was playing tic-tac-toe on Sid's forehead. I ain't gonna lie.
go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever,
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever.
9 to 5s is generally more secure than streaming because it offers steady income, benefits, legal protections, while streaming is unpredictable, highly competitive, and income depends on viewer support algorithms. Thank you, because that's actually the point I was going to get into. So, in terms of my take, just based off of what they talked about, so we just going to talk about mail carrier versus streamer. I think the obvious thing that you always got to consider when you talking about streamer versus being like a mail carrier or any other fucking job, they are right. You do have like determined income that you, like not determined, but like guaranteed income that you are going to earn. Like for my job, it's certain shit we gotta do, like incentives and all that. But if I just come to work and just do my job, I will be getting paid that pay rate, and that is a part of my salary. When you stream, you could, for all you know, not make nothing. Honestly, I just did my numbers for what I made in 5 years. I made about $2 grand in 5 years from streaming. Yeah, shit is crazy. Well, you work in the corner. But like, what would actually? I'm not gonna make a dad joke. I'm just gonna tell you to join my Twitter community again. Slite, you've been selling your butt. All right, bro.
Forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta grind.
you have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do.
He literally can't do anything but look for another job. Yes, he sold that shit to me. Yo, are we serious? Why are we lying? Yo, bro.
Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking
You let Sid take your cheeks. We lost the plot.
him. What would you
Job.
do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably
I took yours too. Hashtag never forget. Never. Oh, man. The lore gets crazier. Nah, that's crazy. What are we talking about, though?
probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
Yeah, but you're proving my point.
You would have to turn
my
around.
point.
Yeah, she is
You're proving my point
though.
on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You could go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef, exactly.
I mean, if anything, I think the better argument should be that she has a resume of her being a cook. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can, I don't know, right? Like, you can't stop streaming and then be like, oh, my resume, I was a streamer. Nobody respects that industry yet to the point where you could just put that on your resume. My booty stays protected. Well, I did. Yo, what freaky ass Yo, y'all are freaked out in my chat right now. What are we talking about?
I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook. You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 Loco cans. I gotta make sure, like I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
Arkansas. 35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the 60s and the 50s.
Sir.
People didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7.
You know, sometimes you just hear certain people talk. I just know she had. Woo, man, to be alive
That
during
nigga
that
is
time when
SMD.
she was younger. Man, I don't even gotta say that. I know she still got it.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
guys, I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout the.
Hey, hold up. Not the clock it, but listen, was this the right one or was it this one? Not the clock it. Is this one clocking it or is this one clocking it? It don't matter. Not the clock it. 7 to 3 is actually a pretty good ass schedule. I don't want to be that person, but
That you get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
If you know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a
you
3-minute ad.
pass trays, you
when
short
have you ran a 3-minute ad? Is crazy.
The fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding
that
out.
is
you
true,
judge
though.
your
Caught with
ex. I got caught with my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But
What the fuck?
mental health, when you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. Do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what they say about
Because
you.
that's our.
You look like a failed Area 51 clone experiment. All right, bro. I'm sick of it, bro.
Our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Clock it.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My
Occupation NA. He has no job. We're cooked.
argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
face team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
That's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work.
What is this? My nigga, we seeing if 9 to 5ers have difficult jobs compared to streamers. Now, I feel like obviously, if you work in 9 to 5, that job is easier than being a streamer. But we gotta hear them out. We gotta see what they saying, bro. Like, this shit couldn't be more obvious.
If it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say, as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because
oh my goodness, and 9 to 5 is so much harder to stream me. Don't play with me. Oh my God, I can't joke.
here's the thing. We get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart.
Not you. This is easily answerable. But this, honestly, this all Cliff Farm if you ask me, bro.
And Panera at the same time for a year.
She's laughing, bro. Nah, she's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
David Ronaldo streams are high energy, entertaining, often featuring Fortnite gameplay. 23. Cool. For real? I mean, I say this. Everybody's life is different. Like, depending on who you are as a person, a 9 to 5 might be harder than streaming. Depending on who you are, streaming might be harder than 9 to 5. Like, you might be a antisocial, nonchalant dreadhead like me, and it's harder doing a 9 to 5 because you're just not sociable. You just cool, you have your aura, and you just need to not talk to physical people. You know what I mean? You might be J.R. Blinks, holeless, looking for a purpose, and streaming just might be harder for you because you need a job that's going to give you money that's consistent and guaranteed so you can pay off like your auto loans, bro. Like, that's just real life.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay?
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have security.
Talk about raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
You're
Why do I
basically
have you tabbed and I hear you have my name in your mouth? What you gonna do, you fake asshole?
Is it a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
Well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
God.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things.
You doing to take? You doing to take? What do you mean I'm doing to take?
Like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay.
Fun fact, Foot Locker, as a person that has previously worked there, is a hell of a job that is difficult, hard, annoying, and you actually are required to do a lot more than what people think.
Every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas
you were required
now.
To
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
No commission.
Okay, so what do you want to start with though? But it doesn't. You're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
I'm not switching anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
That's true.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that you're entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this is entertainment.
Entertainment
but
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully? You can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that. I'm just using that because that's the best example. Is harder than a streamer.
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
in the sense of everyday activity. Because some people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions of people.
When you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Damn, Ryan getting
you're
serious.
dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking
They're
up a
throwing
phone or
heads,
turning on a
using
camera
words.
as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job.
Oh my God. Nah, because he about to get me tight. Wait. It's really harder than that. Bro, niggas don't understand. Look, I'll use me as a good example. I started streaming back in 2020, 2021, whichever one you want to go off of, I guess. During that entire time period of me starting, I got lucky that I was able to network and just meet a bunch of people that ended up fucking with me and coming to my streams and watching me. But I went viral the summer of 2021 and just didn't capitalize on it because I just didn't know what I needed to know. Like, right, you might have a good year, a good opportunity or anything with your job, and they'll give you a pay raise, hopefully, like a normal job should. Like, you'll normally get some sort of compensation for it. I went viral, and I got some followers and everything, but that was it. I didn't know that I needed an editor, because I don't have the time myself to edit all my YouTube videos. I didn't know I need to be uploading on multiple different platforms so niggas can find me and figure out who I am. At least to the extent that that was happening at that time. Because of that, I missed my small, tiny chance that I could have really blew up. And now I was like, I gotta recreate that moment every single day until it happens. Wait, where did you go viral? I went viral on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. I went viral everywhere. So I went viral right here, right?
Hot Tub Streamers.
This shit had 377.5k likes and millions of views in 2021, back in May 25th. This entire opportunity that I had, niggas didn't even really read my comments for real. Like, niggas didn't really, he didn't, like, quote who I was. I mean, he said Slite Konto right here, so he put my name. But, like, this entire time, I didn't capitalize on any of this shit. So, like, it's not as simple as just, oh, let me turn the camera on, let me find a phone. Like Ron said, you really do got to get niggas to believe in what you do and really feel like, oh, shit, I want to invest my time into believing in this person that they're going to blow up one day. Like, I'm blessed to be in a position. Like, most people don't get to a point where I have niggas like Blanks, Araya, Jr. I don't know. People don't get to the point where I have people like that in my corner every single day. You know what I mean? Like, people don't get those opportunities to have people that's really in your corner every single day. I could be a random nigga, Jay. I could be a random nigga that just streams and hopes somebody comes in. But despite the fact that I have this consistent viewership where I have people that, like, are able to show me love. I got 30 subs right now because Blanks gifted most of them. Like, most niggas don't have that support system. And that's just part of it. I would have to actually quit my job and say, fuck it. It's an easier blueprint, though, honestly. I mean, it's easier said than done, if I'm being honest with you. Like, this is annoying, because I think the annoying thing with 9-to-5 streamer versus 9-to-5 versus streamer debate is that it's very situational. Like, you gotta ask yourself, what job is it? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing, right? Like, if you're in underwater torch mechanic or whatever those jobs are where they pay you like an enormous amount of money, you only are getting paid that money because you can die so easily at that job. Streamer is like, bro, I could be making kites and that type of content right now. It's a sole priority business, meaning that I have to pay for expenses to get my job to get to where I needed to be at, but I also have to make it profitable. If I just throw money, which, if I'm being honest with y'all, I've probably been throwing so much money into, like, streaming right here. Yo, that was the fastest tab I ever seen. That's crazy. You watched it? It wasn't even like a fast tab. I was already, like, clicking on it. It just was edited to look like that. But anyways, right, like, if I don't make profit, this business does nothing for me. So I'm not really doing shit. So it's hard. You got to get people to, like, honestly, bro, again, I'm lucky to have you to be somebody that subbed so many, like, gifted so many people to my stream. But if you haven't gifted people to my stream, I probably would average like 10 people subscribing to me every month. And what is that, like, maybe $30? I would get paid $30 a month that I have to eventually build up to being like $5,000 a month for it to even make sense for me.
Job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating
and doing all the streaming shit. This doesn't guarantee that you get money for it too,
and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
No. Let me hear me out. Camaraderie. Like, you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
So you have a lot of flags.
Okay.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. I know. She's right.
I'm not gonna lie, she's
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have...
Nah, Silky's not a real person, bro. You gonna say, ooh, to her having a girlfriend, bro. Like, come on, gang.
to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's...
The way most of these streamers came up, sure, it's easier said than done, but if you really want to commit to streaming every single day and expanding your platform every single day and committing 8 to 9-ish hours every day into it, then a lot more of chance to be successful. But the biggest thing you gotta, like, keep in mind is chance. Like, chance is such a strong word in this situation, right? Like, yeah, there's a higher chance of it happening, but that's not a guarantee. Like, I don't know. Being an entrepreneur is a chance, 100%. But it's not given to you. Like, you can apply for a job, have a good interview, have a good resume, because you've put in the work and time into it, and just get a job for it. I think, as a streamer, and I'm just being honest, I'm not saying this just to pipe myself up, I have a great resume. I started off strong, like, in terms of my start. I had 1,000 viewers in my first year, like, one stream. Maybe I got rated, but fuck it, I still had 1,000. Like, I networked and I was at the DreamCon streamer, like, tournament thing, and me having that amazing resume, I feel like for a small streamer at least, has not led to any real success for me. Like, real success. I can open up a barbershop working from 9 to 5 and there's a chance nobody comes in tomorrow. But that's the point though. Like, that's like you having your own business. And even with that, like, I don't even want to get into the whole barbershop thing. But the thing is, there's a need for barbershops. There's not a need for Twitch streamers. Like, Twitch is so oversaturated, like, to the point to where it's like, if you really was like, we don't want to find the next biggest thing or anything along those lines, y'all can ride out Castanet until the wheels fall off. Or y'all can ride out Platboy Max your rage until the wheels fall off. Eventually, you gonna need a barber. Niggas gonna always need a new barber, and they're eventually going to find your shit if you're promoting it, and eventually it's gonna become a word of mouth thing. Is streaming the same way? Of course, but streaming isn't a need the way how a barber is a need. Like, you need to get a haircut, so you're always gonna find somebody that has that need. You're gonna find somebody that's desperate, does they shit. As long as you do good work, you're going to be able to continue to get a good clientele from there and grow your shit. Streaming, you got to figure out what the next biggest thing is, and nobody knows what the next biggest thing is to blow up.
Been on social media a lot, that you get
How long
berated.
have you been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you...
Right, no, you're right, Blinks. Like, niggas will always find your content if you just, like, promote it. But it's a little different, though. I feel like it's equivalent in a way. It's a little different, though, because, again, content creation compared to a barbershop, like, a barbershop is a need. Like, people need haircuts. You know what I mean? Everybody has a barber, and knowing, like, how it is, like, niggas is always willing to find a new barber because barbers always fuck up. Niggas are not always looking for new streamers. Like, I mean, that's the reason why you can't just blow up off of Twitch unless somebody, like, co-signs your shit and, like, raids you with all their followers, and they just keep doing that shit until everybody falls on. People are always needing new entertainment, but people are not actively looking for new entertainment. Like, again, like, if you really wanted to, you could ride Kai Cenat off till the wheels fall off. You could ride Platboy Max your rage. Like, it's a content creation. It's just so many people doing it that, like, you could just keep going. Like, you could even go smaller. Like, people need barbers in Philadelphia. People need barbers in Raleigh. People need barbers in Charlotte. So you can find, like, a local Charlotte barber. And also, like, I don't even want to get into that. It also, like, is different. Because also it's an environment thing. Like, you can find hot spots where, you know, like, for example, there's a 7-Eleven, Target, whatever you want to call, all around the corner that's near it. And as long as you do it in a hot area that you know people come to, people are going to find your barbershop. Like, Why can't everyone ride out the big barbers? Because everybody can't afford the big barbers. So there's always going to be somebody that's trying to find the next barber that's able to like cut them the way they want to. And on top of that, even if you ride out like a big barber, they might not cut your hair right. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like I think there's a lot of good arguments to use for this, but a barber is just a little different because you need a barber. You know how many times I needed a haircut and my barber just was like, nah, I can't come. Like, they create the opportunities for me to try other people. The last haircut I just had before I went to DreamCon was a new person. And I loved his shit. Honestly, I would make him my personal barber after that cut. What about a construction worker? Construction worker, that's a little bit different. Because at any time, you can be laid off. You can be laid off at any time as a construction worker. So I feel like that's a little different because it's hard. Dealing with the heat every single day. Like, the physical labor of it. Obviously, the physical labor of any job is always going to be more difficult than streaming. But the thing about it is you're getting paid. You cannot have a job tomorrow if you don't show up. Nah, facts. Facts. In terms of like a regular situation where like you're just able to like get paid and you just come in and show up to work, it's still going to be easier than streaming just because of the fact that you're getting paid guaranteed for it. But in terms of the job as a whole, like the fact that you can be laid off at any time or anything along those lines, yeah, I think it's just as difficult, maybe more difficult. If you don't stream tomorrow, oh well, you can stream the next day. But I'm not going to make any money. And honestly, that's a good conversation that you brought up. If I don't stream tomorrow, I can stream the next day. Bro, I don't make any real money from streaming. So because I don't make any real money from streaming, I have to work a real job. Because I have to work a real job, that takes away hours from me being able to stream. So I constantly have to find time to stream when I can. Like, if I had all the time in the world where I could just stream like I did in quarantine, bro, I think I would have blew up again by now, easily. Because I have all the time to keep saturating myself and keep putting myself on Twitch for people to find my content. But when you don't have time like that because you're not being paid real money and you got real bills and everything you got to pay, you can't just throw all your time into streaming. It's just not realistic. You can't. You can't. At least you can't effectively. You can't effectively.
You guys can afford to say, hey, I'm going to go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel
if you can actually afford that and have the money for it.
The world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you're saying like to go back to the beginning, you're saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right? Yeah. I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 work.
That's fucked up. I don't care if you like, bro. We all been there. Is crazy, bro. That's fucked up. I don't want to say it like that, but that's fucked up. And most entry 9 to 5s aren't paying enough to afford rent, cars, and everything else that you need as a necessity. But all right, I know what you're saying with that, but you gotta realize, right? You can say they're not paying enough, but you are being paid. You're being paid. Like, the biggest thing with streaming is you cannot be getting paid. Like me, like I'm going to get paid this month, but Twitch has a payout. What's good, Nay? And because Twitch has a payout, like if I don't make that much money from streaming, they could just not pay me. They can decide to just not pay me at all. Like I can get 10 subs for a month, and that payout be about $30, $35, but because I didn't hit the $50 mark, Twitch just isn't going to pay me. They're going to keep adding it up until I hit the $50 mark. Like, that's my thing about it. You can make money and still not make money. It's like, why aren't you a real person? Why'd your dad leave?
Has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone across the country. So it's like,
all right, is she actually just trying to be a bad person? Like, I know we doing a debate, but you don't gotta be a dick. It's like, where your father at? He right here on my Discord, bro. I just showed all y'all niggas what my dad looked like, and nobody like Come on, bro. We not gonna keep doing the dad talks, bro. My dad right here, gang. I'd leave too.
When you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
Dumbass. Like, yo, I'm sorry. That just pissed me off.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege?
It is.
But my mom, how's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
That is the bare minimum.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9 to 5.
That's a whole different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when
people don't have
9 to 5s?
families that support them or accept them.
But that's a whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out.
So
in
what are we
times where I
talking
was
about? Like, what are yo? Oh my God, I don't like her.
Able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Well, it's also the job market though. Like, it's not guaranteed. Just because you become a nurse doesn't mean that you're going to get hired to be a nurse. But the thing that I hate about jobs like this, VJ had 28 because that nigga's a goat. The thing that I hate about conversations like this is like this isn't the topic. We're talking about what's harder, streaming or 9 to 5. We're not talking about what's harder, getting a job or like that's not the conversation. Because now we're talking about the education system and everything along those lines, and then it's like this is a different conversation. The conversation of not being like, I hate that Ron even let her get him off topic like that, because that's not the same thing.
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's say I lost it all tomorrow,
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
This is pissing me off. We need real conversations about this. Wait, did you know that 92% of y'all are not subbed to the channel? Literally, what are you doing? Sub, like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on now. Join SMD. You can get back to the video, man.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful, because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose,
God forbid you don't be a weirdo. What are you talking about? Get this nigga, yo, bro.
some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers, and you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs.
You still are gonna keep your resume though. These niggas are missing the entire, like, you still keep your resume. Same way how you're trying to say if they fall off and there's still going to be some sort of followers that are going to, like, stick with them and try to support them. One, that does not mean anything in terms of income. You can have some people that's still fucking with you and staying with you. Bro, there's a content creator, Alpha. I don't know if y'all know Alpha. Literally, bro, this is the perfect example too, bro. I'm sorry, I'm just getting so off topic and going to so many different things. From what I understand, just lost everything. He's homeless, everything along those lines, because he spent money for DreamCon, and it was to the point where like he literally needed people to donate money. And he's been in this position multiple times as a content creator, right? Now, I don't know if this is just like a money scheme or anything along those lines, because look, shady people do this shit all the time and they just don't have, like, they just doing the shit for like a quick money grab. But he just lost everything. He don't have nowhere to stay at. And that's because it doesn't matter how many followers or anything that you have, bro. Like, you can't just generate this money out of your ass and be like, all right, but I'm just financially stable again. Like, you can't go into another job where you're like, all right, well, now let me just work at McDonald's or... I mean, you could in theory, but the whole point I'm getting at is like, you can't take your streaming resume with you to a real job. You can get fired right now as a college professor, and at least you've worked in the school industry. As long as you weren't actually a fucking weirdo, which that's a whole nother conversation because you're a fucking weirdo for whatever you did to whatever, then yeah, you're blackballed. That's up to you, and you probably deserve it. But like as a streamer, come on, bro.
As could be now, you know, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate
it is though
relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. That
Well, the
you don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you...
Bro, people be coming to work late too. Like, I don't want to say it like that, but like, bro, let's not make it seem like everybody doing that. And don't get me wrong, like, that's not to encourage people to like just go to work late or anything along those lines, like at all. And that's not to say that's what the standard is supposed to be, bro. But like, depending on who you are as a person, based off the reputation that you've built at your job, which a lot of niggas miss on that. Like, a lot of niggas be thinking it's so hard and everything in the economy, and they just feel entitled to a lot of different shit. Like, bro, I don't know, because it even, you could even take it to nepotism low key. Like when you think about like when the boss hires his son or hires his cousin like into a certain position, like bro, like it's just so many different routes you can take with this argument, bro. Like it's not just set in stone.
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
We have to,
You already know what you're doing.
we have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take years to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old. It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quickscope.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years, right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years, right? And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So you're
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was
Was it just you? Like
No. It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was 13,
How did YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
You could, he about to piss me off. You could say this about any company. Like, whatever college he works at, did he build that college? Bro.
And if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. then boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Like, bro.
I'm
This shit
Vicky,
low,
and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't
I'm about to skip this shit, bro.
seem like any of you guys can even compete with the
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone
know.
is
So-
very different. Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you. I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
Your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing.
Yo,
You're just
this is giving me an
talking into
idea.
a
So bet,
microphone.
listen. So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get pat.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No,
physical.
but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for
job
a
where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't. No one in here can. Come on, man. None of you can.
But you
None
can
of
carry
you-
some
None of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You're
yes.
thinking of 4 days they had a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days they had a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is never done. When you're done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No,
all of the things
wait.
that you use?
No.
Nah, this rage bait. This bad rage bait.
No, listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky,
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You don't know
done.
about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disable and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing.
Shut up.
You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so how many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long
day,
I needed
12 hours a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zones.
Stick drip.
Stick drip.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said.
But that's. Shut up.
It was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
Wait.
That's actually real though.
They're laughing. That's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Yeah.
High energy IRL. Yo, Art, y'all just trying to name everybody high energy?
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet
what
you,
do you
sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
Is that
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
So wait, isn't she debating for it? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now
What kind of shit's going on?
go to the club. You get to put some shades on and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that your
drunk,
choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many names we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I
any
think-
entertainment?
Oh my
Of
God.
course I watch.
So do
music.
you ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I
So
laugh.
then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends-
Have
it
you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like, oh,
coming.
I feel good?
Some of it is fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay,
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right,
Yeah.
come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
So it's easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm
Bro.
very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, "Oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel.
Yep.
I've had
Ben
people come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
Nah, that's real. I mean, like, listen. Even like the small comments I've had just about niggas that have said shit to me at DreamCon. I'm not even a big creator. Or bro, like even like the people that stream sniped me and Clay when we went to the American Dream Mall. Like, come on, bro.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My mom
most
was.
difficult shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your mom
loves
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
she-
so rude,
Because
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said.
Oh, I'm gonna cringe. I'm gonna cringe so bad. I'm gonna cringe so bad. I'm gonna cringe so bad. Please, let's get through this.
You don't watch me because I'm black, and this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah,
Whoa, come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous. I'm not gonna lie. But,
You're on his diesel. My bad.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No. Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I got
All right, bro. Can we get serious? Because this is the perfect opportunity to really talk about it.
to smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No.
Let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure because I got a lot of comments. Now he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
yeah.
Just oh my God, y'all trolling. Be serious.
You know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool,
So he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I can just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can just scrub
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m. I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind is
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work.
You already did
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
He'll kill
No,
himself.
I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
Was he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
All right, can we stop dragging it?
That's what I want to say. You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Yo, these niggas is killing my brain cells. Niggas is not taking it serious. Like, I'm actually losing it right now, live on stream. I'm losing this shit. Jason, please be serious.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
That's not even funny. Like, that's not funny at all.
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice. And
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. A 9 to 5 person, maybe 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The
No,
point is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder.
Was
than
that
that's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a bag.
He did it for a bag. But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for, or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
something that I'm passionate about, and motion. I pick motion.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Yes. Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm saying if thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is? It's gone.
Stop. Would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah,
Well,
but
you have to create a new brand. Like you can't just come up with another one. You gotta actually create it, and it has to be successful. Like
pivot. That's the point.
no, I was liking that combo.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
Why we got professional models here? Get this shit out my face, bro.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody.
In 2025, roughly 0.4 of Americans likely to be licensed practice attorney, equivalent to 1 in every 240 people. Yeah, that's a good percentage.
Making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There are so many people
I was
like you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck. I was-
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
no. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual the
So you
game.
were sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he?
I got
No,
four.
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
so that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing? Is Michael Jordan lucky?
Stay on topic.
Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No, they
have
work.
a talent. They have
They
a
work.
talent.
They had a
but
team.
as-
So what
you
he-
know how many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he did.
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You did us?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah.
So that's not. I mean, if that's
stand
fucking-
on it, stand
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general. And there's so many people that are very talented never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it.
I mean, look, I say this. You do got to say to some extent streaming is luck. Like, you can't say it's not luck at all. But I get what he's saying at the same time. He has an actual talent. Like, it's a mixture of talent and luck. But again, I don't even understand why I had this conversation, because you could say that about any job. Like, even the job I'm at right now, I'm lucky I got hired. Like, that shit wasn't given. I got lucky I got hired, and I had to keep calling until they said, yeah, we'll take you. Just for me to be at a job that I'm already trying to leave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all of it is luck.
It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of
Permission to dick ride.
millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger. Dude.
He said he did it for 8 years. Like, why does that matter?
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like...
You don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
I can't argue that because
y'all could never play FNCS either. It's the same shit.
I gotta keep it a buck. There's a disconnect. You come from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports? When you grew up, this didn't exist. So
there are actual, like, bro, my college I went to before I left, they had esports at that bitch. Like,
no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit, because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
And it's fun. But it's like, again,
okay.
it's
you gotta fight back. You gotta fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like, taking it back to... That's being... What? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent-
you can do if you get laid off. You get
Yeah, it's kind
okay.
of, is it not the same concept? Like,
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know, but if you lose a job, you can't.
You just get another one?
No, you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one.
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months.
that sounds like a personal problem.
Interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at your
He's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well,
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one 9
I go like
to
this. I
5.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Man, shut up.
Sorry,
But people
my next-
millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
Bro, I never could be good at shooting games. Like, one thing y'all will notice about me, I never play shooting games on stream because I'm just not good at it.
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart, that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
They have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
That's
like, what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You couldn't win it. You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even
qualify?
find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
Skill, it's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can
how
own.
do you
and
know?
master.
How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played
That's not the same. That's not even the same type of game, bro.
other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How do
does
you
it-
know?
what
But how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work and editing and filming and constantly.
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to put tens of thousands of hours.
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know how to short?
No, I don't. But if I
Exactly,
want,
we couldn't, but Excel sheet, we can do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
go-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
As
refreshes
a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to,
But that's the point. If you can say certain things that you do and the other person can't even name or even understand the concept of it, et cetera, like they're both, I don't want to say equally hard, but they're both things that you have to actually put time to understand and figure out. Like, I'm sorry. Saying like a person that plays a video game, again, like a FPS, and saying like, oh, I can put time into it and skill and do it. No, you couldn't. Like, I'm just sorry. Like, I mean, I know I'm a person. I played shooters so long in my life. I'm just not good at it. I can never be good at it. I've tried. I'm just not good at it. But people couldn't come up to me and just be like, oh, let me just learn art and figure out how to do art and just be good at that shit. Like, niggas couldn't do what I do. Like, niggas couldn't make the graphics that I do and have the ideas and concepts that I have to come up with original shit. Like, or being a doctor. Like, yes, you can learn how procedures are and everything along those lines, but the way you do it, the way how you go about it, the way how you process it and think it, like, you can't just think and do shit the same way as that person. Like, you gotta come up with that shit and have a feel for it. Like, that's how they say, like, certain doctors are talented with their hands. Like, it's just like with like the whole, it's just all disrespect, but it's all good, bro.
you would.
If us four took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you, if I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
All right.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is.
Hey,
give you
please.
3 days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how
what
the job works.
happened?
You pay me, I'll get the job done.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. So, and technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with cop. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was hard. And that's what I think.
So
My mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Hey, I tell you what, this some nasty rage bait. Because I think, again, like, it's always going to come down to the same shit. It depends on the type of job that you are working. Now, these niggas trolled so badly that nobody took anything fucking seriously. But what the fuck can you do about that? You can't do shit about niggas trolling, bro. Like, it's just, it is what it is. But with that all being said, I've been trying to react to the video for so long, so I'm about to end after this. But WVid, bro, I think I want to plan out next DreamCon. I'm going to put some posters up in Texas. I'm going to invite, like, not invite, but I'm just going to try to promote as much as I can possible. And I want to have a real conversation about streaming versus 9 to 5 with, like, other people. Like, and we going to make that real content, bro. I'm going to aim for it. But WVid, this has gave me so much inspiration.